For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Welcome to another edition of the Focus program. My name is Paul Dingeman. We're glad you are along. We've got some very interesting guests for you once again today, talking about things that are happening in the Marine City, St. Clair, Blue Water area. Let's begin by holding up one of these yellow pieces of paper, which you've been seeing me hold up for the last 3 or 4 weeks. If you haven't seen one before, this is the official ballot. And the important thing for you to do in this community is to, of course, vote on the front side, which is the national, federal, state, the federal and state boards, that kind of thing. But very important is to turn it over on the other side, where you're going to have local issues, local ballot issues, the school board race, city commissioners, if you have those running in your town, or township supervisor jobs, those kinds of things will be on the back side normally. And some of the judges. Also, the school board has 2 seats to be filled, and there are 5 candidates running, and you can pick one of those. And down on the bottom section on all of the ballots is a proposal section, which is talking about the East China School District operating millage proposal. And alluding right to that, we've got Dr. Skalka from the East China School, the superintendent of the East China School District, with us today to give us a little more explanation on that ballot issue and just what it is and how it affects us.
Well, it's the non-homestead millage, which is the first money in the pot for us to operate schools. It is money. It is money that is generated locally, collected locally, and stays locally. It is 18 mills on non-homestead property. So homeowners, you pay your 6 mills of homestead directly to the state. You do not pay this 18 mills if you're a homeowner. This is commercial property, industrial property, some farming properties that will be paying the 18 mills, and this is a renewal. This is not a new tax or an increase. It's a renewal. We are only allowed to collect 18 mills by law. And we must collect 18 mills again by law in order to receive full funding back from the state.
So you can't collect 14, you got to collect 18 mills.
We get our funding based on the fact that the state calculates, their contribution based on the assumption that we collect the full 18.
Okay. So it's a non-homestead, so it's not raising my home. Taxes.
No. In fact, it has absolutely no bearing on your home. As I indicated, homeowners don't pay this, but at the same time, if they were to vote no, their taxes wouldn't go down either. So it has no impact positively or negatively. It's a rare example of where people are asked to vote for a proposal that for the most of them has no impact on them. They don't pay it or they don't receive a savings as a result. But it is vital and critical for the school district. It is a third of our budget, approximately $14 million.
$14 million, wow.
Correct.
That's huge.
It's extremely huge. And again, it's our operating monies. And so we're talking here about all programming, instructional programming, staffing. You lose a third of that budget, the school district would have some very, very difficult decisions to make, if not completely eliminating almost any non-core program.
Wow. How come we haven't heard about this before? It's never come up before.
No, you do. You hear about it every 10 years because that's the usual length. Again, Proposal A was passed in 1994. That was what changed school finance for everyone. That's what it implemented the 6 mills on your homes. And at that point in time, or since 1994, every 10 years this millage comes up for renewal, and it has passed every year, every single time it comes up. But 10 years is a long time. We tend to forget, and so that's our turn now this year to renew it.
Okay. So when I go to the polls, you want people to make sure that they turn the ballot over.
Absolutely.
And look on the other side and study the proposal, but it's a non-homestead renewal.
Correct.
And it does affect the school greatly.
Oh, absolutely. And I think, you turn your ballot over because that is where, as you indicated, are the local races. Just as important as our proposal is the school board election. We are filling 2 seats, 5 very qualified and
Yeah, I
able
was going to say
candidates.
that. The candidates night really was a pleasant kind of an experience because they were all very qualified.
Absolutely.
And I know that this year you've got 2 vacancies, but next year how many vacancies?
Well, actually 2 years.
2 years.
It'll come every even year. And so there'll be 3 vacancies the next time around.
Okay.
We go 2, 2, 3, and they run for 6-year terms. So not only are these folks very qualified, they're obviously very committed too.
Yeah,
because
they really were.
They're signing up for a 6-year hitch.
Yeah.
Yep.
So maybe some of those people that aren't successful this time might consider coming next time because there was really good quality.
I hope so. I hope so. And again, read the language carefully of the proposal. It is a tad confusing. It does talk about 19.
As they all are.
Right. It does talk about 19 mills rather than 18. That's due to Headley and the Headley Amendment, which we can get into in detail. I don't think it's necessary.
Right.
Just people need to understand that if they own their home, if they have a mortgage or their home is their primary residence, it does not affect them. They do not pay it. It's a renewal for businesses, and even though it talks about 19, we can never collect more than 18.
Now, you happen to have a shirt on. Maybe
I
you should
do.
button it up there and see what it says.
Well,
I think it says the word Chicago on it. Now,
Yes.
Oh, and
There we
there's
go.
a cub on the end.
Yep.
Talk to me about the story of why you're wearing this beautiful shirt.
well, I was born in northwest Indiana, right outside of Chicago.
So that's your home team.
And my grandmother was born in 1910. And I thought about her last night because she never once was able to wake up in the morning and say, the Cubs are World Series champs, and I got to do that this morning.
It's
so,
right.
My folks are alive, and they got to enjoy the game last night. And so for them and for all the Cub fans and for all those folks who didn't get to
Well, it was a classic.
didn't get to see it.
It was a classic.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a great day.
the 7th game of the World Series
Oh.
being tied at the end of the 9th, 9 innings. Wow.
They didn't make it easy on us, did they?
No, they didn't.
Oh,
They didn't.
my. Oh, such.
And the Cleveland fans, I think, even though begrudgingly, I think they understand.
I think so, too. Everyone's time comes. The Cubs just proved that.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Dr. Skalka, always a pleasure.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Paul.
you so much.
Appreciate it.
We'll be back with our next guest, Deb Johnson, in just a second. And we are back with a friend in blue, Deb Johnson. Welcome back to Focus Set.
Thank you,
Nice
Bob.
to see you.
Happy to be here.
It's always a pleasure to see you here.
Thank you.
November is here, a busy month for lots of things. We got a couple parades, one in Marine City for Santa, one in St.Clair for Santa, and there's a big Turkey Day and all that kind of stuff.
All kinds of great things.
What
going
else
on.
is going on?
Well, November is a lot of things, and one of the things that we want to start focusing more on is promoting healthcare awareness events too, because with the ongoing increased emphasis on integrated healthcare, it's so important that you look at physical health issues and mental health issues, and you look at the whole person, you treat the whole person. And so November is a lot of things. It's National Alzheimer's Disease Awareness Month. And when I was here probably a couple times ago, we talked about the Alzheimer walk that we did in September, big awareness raising event. And we've been doing some other things related to that. American Diabetes Month is also this month of November. So you want people to be more aware about having diabetes, and actually there's a lot of things, preventative things, to try to prevent getting diabetes, healthy nutrition, things like that. But it also, a lot of times if you catch it early, it's a lot more treatable, it's a lot better. And then COPD Awareness Month, which is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, is also this month. And that, especially diabetes and COPD, are very important because a lot of the people that we serve, those are two of the 5 major health issues that they deal with. And so it's also Lung Cancer Awareness Month, which actually feeds kind of into our big event that we're hosting is the Great American Smokeout.
Okay.
Not just us, of course, that's across our country. It's always held on the third Thursday in November. So this year it's November 17th. And if people stop by our office, actually any of our locations, but we will have between 10 and 2, we will have information and resources for to help people quit smoking.
Everybody thought that was silly when it started.
Yeah.
It was a town down in Tennessee or someplace. I remember vaguely the beginning of the story, how they were going to have no smoking one day. And everybody went, wow.
Well, and the theory is if you can quit for one,
yeah,
you can quit for 2. If you quit for 2, you quit for 3.
Yeah.
And every day, it's not easy. You know, it's a very hard thing to quit smoking. It's one of the most addictive things there are. Any kind of tobacco stuff, even chewing tobacco. So even though it's smoke out, it should be like a no tobacco day. Anyways, because we know smoking causes a lot of complications, physical health issues. We also know that people with mental health issues smoke at an increasing percentage more than people without mental health issues. What was the number? I had it.
I don't know how you can afford to smoke anymore.
Yeah,
I was in a party store the other day buying the pop or something, and a guy next to me was buying a pack of cigarettes, and I was just flabbergasted at the cost of it.
Yeah,
Just
I mean, depending on where you are, I think $7 or so. Yeah, $7. So anyways, the other thing is, okay, so at CMH the day before the smokeout, we have Wellness Wednesday. So if people want to come in on that day, we can give you some things to help you be successful on the 17th.
Okay.
And there's a lot of resources, you know, that we can give and tips like that. So anyways, that's a big thing we're promoting for the month. And other than that, it's also National Caregiver, Family Caregiver Month awareness, and that is very important because people who have to care for people, whether it's somebody who has Alzheimer's, somebody who has an intellectual developmental disability, a mental illness, physical illnesses, whatever.
It's tough work.
It is. It's super tough work, and I don't think a lot of times people are like, no, I can handle it. I'm good. People need to stop, take care of themselves. They need to eat properly, get rest, get breaks, things like that, because it will wear you down.
That's
and next
right.
thing you know, you're going to get physically sick.
How many examples have we seen of that, of friends and neighbors that happens
Plenty.
to? And it's really, really sad because there's so much love being given by the caregiver to the patient, and that poor caregiver's not getting as much in return.
Right.
Many
so they
times.
need emotional support,
Yeah.
physical support, help, all those kinds of things. So this is the month to kind of bring awareness to that too. So we're going to continue to, like I said, emphasize physical things that are going on, or not going on, but physical things that we want to draw more emphasis to because it's so important, and we just continue to see more and more how important it is that not just the people that we serve, but whether or not you have a mental illness, when you have physical health issues, it affects your mental health. Mental health can affect your physical health, and you always got to treat the whole person. And
you always do.
We do.
Deb Johnson, you do a great job.
Thank you.
We've got representatives from the First United Methodist Church on top of the hill coming up next. They got some craft show they want to tell us all about. It's pretty spectacular. Be right back. We are back, and we're back with two very nice ladies, Dr. Reverend Margie Crawford, First United Methodist Church at the top of the hill.
Yes, good seeing you again.
And Betty Fryer, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to the Focus Set. You two ladies are here to talk about the Craft and Vendor Show, which is how many years?
This is our first.
Oh, this is your first?
Yes.
All right,
So,
it'll be the best.
It will be the best, and only get better from there.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, what are we trying to accomplish with the
Well, we're
Craft
trying to
and-
bring people in to do some shopping for the holidays since we're getting to that point. It's one of our events that we're putting on for the United Methodist Women's Group. We try to do some fundraising to help with the mission groups and just have a little bit of fun. So I came up with the idea and I got stuck coming here today.
You were the only one in the room, and then you raised your hand, right?
Yes.
And then you were captured.
Yes, I was.
Well, that's good. And group, the women's organizations do need some support and some cash.
Yes.
So this will help.
Yes.
What kinds of things are you going to see at the craft and vendor show?
Well, we have some vendors, some crafters, the local people. We have people that are making quilted wall hangings, Christmas themed. We have card making. We have a gal that does fresh greeneries and grave blankets, a local gal, so we're thrilled with that. We have a gal that does embroidered bath towels for children and adults. I got a list here. We have somebody that's coming in to do massage therapy.
I like that.
Pottery, a whole list of different things. There's 21 crafters and vendors that'll be here, and Rev Margie is actually going to set up a table and put up her 3D puzzles just for display. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That's great.
So.
Well, she's a famous puzzle person.
Yes, she is.
And we did a whole 4-hour television spectacular on her last one. But Reverend Margie, talk to me about what you're going to do.
I'm going to put up some 3D puzzles. The largest one I'm working on is New York City, and it's upper and lower Manhattan. It's
So
about
is it
3,000
statue
pieces.
kind of thing?
It's the city in styrofoam form, so it's about 2.5 feet high and about 5 feet wide.
Wow.
And then some other puzzles depending on how long it takes to get them
similar
done.
to a puzzle, you put it together? Mm-hmm. Have they been doing 3D puzzles for a while?
They were doing them about 10, 15 years ago, and then they ran out of structures to do them with, so they don't manufacture them anymore.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you'll be doing that.
Yep.
And now it's Friday, November the 11th, and Saturday, November the 12th.
Yes.
$1 to get in the door, or canned food. That's a great idea. And do I have to, if I want to be a vendor, is it too late?
It is too late. Because our room is small, we have cut the limit at 21 vendors and added Reverend Margie to a space. Yeah. So
You wouldn't get the room if you didn't give her the...
Thank you.
She's called the landlord. So what else can we talk about? You've got the turkey trot is over, right?
It's coming up this Saturday, so
Okay,
by the
so
time we air, it'll be
over.
done.
Right.
But we do have the Ecumenical Thanksgiving Eve service coming up on the 23rd, I think, at 7 o'clock, and it will be at St. Paul's Episcopal Church.
Oh, okay. Very good. And Christmas
I'm sorry, that's not true. It'll be at First Congregational.
First Congregation.
Yes.
Okay. So that's great. Well, tell me more about the craft show then. What else is there to tell me?
Well, some of the other vendors we have are LuLaRoe, which is for ladies. It's like a leggings.
Oh.
We have jewelry from Origami Owl.
Mm-hmm.
We have a gal that does St.Clair and Great Lakes t-shirts and sweatshirts coming in. And I just made a list of a few things. So, somebody that does, we have 2 gals that do glass block, a lighted glass block, that one's going to do them look like snowmen. And then we have somebody that does old windows and paints them.
Oh, those are great.
Yeah, so a lot of good things,
people
a lot
do
of
doors
mix.
too. I've seen people do old doors that are really big.
Yeah.
Pretty fancy.
We have somebody that does essential oils. She's going to be there. So it's going to be a nice mix of people.
All right, Craft and Vendor Show, Friday, November the 11th from 2 to 6. Saturday, November the 12th from 9 till 3. $1 to get in. But where is it?
It's at the St.Clair First United Methodist Church, downstairs in our fellowship hall.
In the fellowship hall.
Yes.
And they get to park in the new parking lot.
Right, the great looking parking lots, both of them, yes.
What a job that was. What
yes, looks
a major
wonderful.
commitment.
And we also had Orchard Street repaved just in time.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you're right, same time. So Christmas came early.
Yes, it did.
Right, and actually speaking of Orchard Street, that is the entrance for the craft show. They can come in from 4th Street, but it's easier if they want to come through that door. So.
Betty Fryer, nice to meet you. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Dr. Reverend Margie Crawford always does a good job.
Yes, thank you.
seeing you.
It's always good seeing you again.
Coming up next, we're going to talk about some very important things that are going on at St.Clair Rec Department called Adult Fitness Classes. And they've got yoga, they've got Tai Chi, they got TNT. We're going to hear all about it in just a second. We're back, and we're back with a new guest by the name of Jill Jacobson.
Yes.
That's an easy word.
Thank you so much.
There used to be a beautiful store by the name of Jacobson's.
You got
It
that.
was your family, right?
Correct.
Nice to meet you. You are the owner of a company by the name of Team Fit. And then you're also working with St.Clair Recreation Department. But tell me, what about Team Fit? What is that?
Okay, so Team Fit, I started Team Fit 11 years ago as a one-woman show.
Okay.
I would rent out anywhere from dance studios to multi-purpose rooms in order to host adult fitness programs.
Okay.
And then we slowly but surely came into contracts with the local hospitals and rehab departments and school districts. So this is our first time launching programs up the St. Clair area, and so we're super excited to promote health and wellness in this area.
What were your hospitals around here?
The closest one would be St. Clair River District.
Okay, yeah. And but you've been doing it about 10 years, you said?
Yes, so we're going on 11th year. Like I said, I started as a one-woman show, and now we're up to 14 certified trainers that are placed all over the Metro Detroit area. Yes.
Oh my God, and you're based out of where?
Chesterfield.
Chesterfield Township? Okay. All right, so let's get into the program they're going to do at the City of St. Clair Rec Department. You got some different locations, but when this program comes on, you've already started your yoga classes, but they go through December 20th. Can I join late?
You can. We do not prorate, that's the only problem, but you are able to make up the classes that you have missed with other programs.
And that one is going to be held at City Hall, and it runs through December the 20th. And talk to me about what kinds of yoga you're doing.
We're doing all levels. So the first program that we have from 6 until 7, it is the Hatha Yoga. And then it goes right into the gentle yoga right after. So there's something for everyone for the yoga programs.
What's the difference between the two?
The Hatha Yoga is more of a slow flow. It's basically where you need to have some kind of underlying education with yoga, but not necessarily. We do cater to all levels. The gentle yoga is more of just strength training and then with just different poses, so there's no slow flow with that.
Is there either one of these, are they for like beginners?
They're all levels.
Oh,
so you can come in at any level that you would you feel comfortable
just a different type of.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Then Tai Chi. I hear the word all the time, and this one says Tai Chi 108 form. What's that?
There are 2 different levels of Tai Chi. There's 42 form and there's 108 form. My instructor, Chris, he's very educated with the Tai Chi format, and so he would be happy to assist you with those.
What is Tai Chi for somebody that doesn't know?
If you come to the class, you'll find out.
Oh, good line, good line, good line. And that one goes on Fridays, and that's going to go through, it doesn't start till December the 2nd.
Correct.
Goes through January the 6th, and that's also going to be held at City Hall.
Yes.
Okay. Are there limits to age on any of these things, or do you get kids or adults or seniors? How's that working?
It's 16 and up.
16 and up.
Yes.
Okay. Then 20-20-20. What's that?
20-20-20 is one of our most popular classes because it consists of 20 minutes of cardio, 20 minutes of strength training, and then 20 minutes of core conditioning. So you're kind of getting 3 in one bundle. And that's offered on Tuesdays. It does start, I believe, December 15th, and that would be at Eddy Elementary School.
Okay. All right. And November 15th, right? And then TNT, Tone and Trim, on Thursdays, beginning November the 3rd, through December the 22nd. What's
Correct.
that happen? What happens there?
The TNT is our tone and trim, which is all sculpting. So let's say you have limitations with regards to cardiovascular activities. Our TNT is all sculpting. So you'd come in with your handheld weights, with your exercise mat.
You bring your own?
Correct.
Okay.
And then we would do either strength training upper body, lower body. We do everything else in between as well.
And guts and glutes.
Guts and glutes, correct.
I like the name. Did you come up with all these names? Oh, some of them are national, but this is this yours?
The Guts and Glutes is our 30-minute core conditioning program. So if you are limited on time, this is just 30 minutes, and it's hosted just once a week. Again, this is at Eddy Elementary on Thursdays from 7:30 until 8 o'clock.
Okay, and I guess that's it. That's quite a lineup. So this is the first time you've done it for the City Rec Department. Are there requirements? Do I have to be a member, be a resident of the city, or can I be from the outside?
Yes, we do have resident fee and then non-resident
Oh, there is 2 fees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so when this one is successful, you're going to come back in the spring with another?
We'll be here in January.
Okay. Oh, with a new
Yeah,
program.
ongoing, yes.
Okay, very good. And Team Fit is a great name, and it's nice to have you in the community.
Great, thank you.
And you did a good job.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, have a great day, and don't forget to get out and vote if you haven't already. Thanks. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.